Hello, welcome to Centennial Hall, room 3310. This is a rundown on how the basic technology works in this room. This is one of our rooms that's equipped with one of our Geffen recorders that would be used for like lecture capture type recordings. This video will not cover the use of the Geffen recorder, so if you need to get instructions on how to use it, please contact Academic Technology Services and we'd be happy to help. This is a rundown on how the basic technology works, so just about everything we're going to need is going to be accessed by this touch panel here. This is the main page. It's the startup page. There's a button on there that says press here to begin. When I press there, it's going to ask if I'm going to be using the projector. I'll go ahead and click yes. That's going to power on the projector in the middle of the room, and it brings the video screen down in the front of the room. Now that whole process of booting up is going to take just over a minute. We're going to have a wait up screen on our touch panel. We'll know that we're ready to go when that screen changes and comes to what I'll call our main screen. While we're waiting for that, I'll go ahead and talk to you about the lighting presets. On the right-hand side of the touch panel here, we have 5 presets. Lights all on, 2 lecture settings, one with the whiteboard and one without the whiteboard lights, a theater setting, and a lights all off setting. Now we can also access the light controls from a couple of different places in the room. There is a controller here on the wall. It has 5 buttons, and that corresponds with the 5 presets that we just talked about. And then both doors are going to have master on-off switches as well. Another thing that we have here in the room is we have a wireless microphone. The wireless microphone is going to reinforce our voice through the speakers here in the classroom. If I get the wireless microphone out and I go to the top, there's an on-off switch. I'll go ahead and click that on. That's going to power up the wireless microphone for us. And then anything I say is going to be reinforced in the speakers. Now if I need to adjust the volume up or down on the wireless microphone, I can come to our touch panel and you see that now we're on our main page. In the bottom right hand corner, there's a button labeled audio control. I'll go ahead and press that, and on the far left hand side here is one of our wireless microphone controls. I can turn it up or turn it down based on where I'm wearing the microphone and how loud my voice is, or I can mute it. When I get it set to the level I want, I click back and I'm back on my main page. A quick reminder that when you're done using the wireless microphone, please click the button off, because even if you're not using the wireless microphone, if it's on, it will completely drain the battery. Okay, so now we're at our main page and we can talk about how to send something to the screen in the front of the room. The top line here I'm going to call our source select row. Anything that's selected there is going to be shown on the screen in the front. Right now, PC is selected, so up in the front of the classroom on the big video screen is the PC. Now the PC should be powered on when you come into the room. If it's not, if you've tried wiggling the mouse and hitting the keyboard to get it out of its screensaver, you can power it on. It's located right here in the desk. You will have to log on, however. Everybody has to log on individually. Your username is going to be the first part of your UWL email address, and the password is going to be your UWL net ID. So that's going to get you onto the PC. Back to our source select row here. We're just going to move from the left to the right. We have 2 laptop options, VGA laptop, and the next one is our digital laptop or our HDMI laptop connection. Those cables are located right here in the cable cubby on the desk. You got your VGA and your HDMI there. There's also a power supply down in there if you need to use it, if you don't want to rely on your battery. For demonstration purposes here, I'll open up my laptop and I'm going to connect using the VGA connection. So I'll just go ahead and pull that right out. I'm going to plug the video into the video card here. Then I'll take the audio cable and I'm going to plug it into the headphone jack on my laptop. Now my laptop's ready to go, so I can come to the touch panel and I'm going to hit the button labeled laptop. That's going to switch the projector to show my laptop on the screen. My laptop popped up right away for us. If your laptop doesn't come up right away, it's probably because your laptop isn't set to the correct mode. You can do that through the control panel in the display settings, or on a Windows machine, the shortcut is to hold down the function key and press F8. A little menu might pop up, or you might get to scroll through these modes automatically. Make sure and get to the duplicate mode so that whatever you're showing on your computer is going to show up in the front as well. The next thing we have in our source select row is our Blu-ray player. I'm going to go ahead and hit the Blu-ray button, and that brings up the controls for our Blu-ray player. Play and stop on the left, our menu and our navigation on the right. Full screen video is going to give us a nice preview of what's happening on the Blu-ray. I'll head back to get to the main screen. The Blu-ray is located on the right-hand side of the teacher station, right underneath the document camera here. You can use the front panel controls as well. And I'll also give a quick note that you can use regular DVDs and CDs in the Blu-ray player. It doesn't have to be a Blu-ray disc to play in there. It's also a good time to mention the volume. You can adjust the volume using the knob on the front of the touch panel here, left and right, to turn it up and down. And a quick note is that the only source that you're going to hear through the speakers, you'll always hear the wireless microphone, but the only source that you're going to hear is whatever is selected. So right now I would be hearing what's happening in the Blu-ray and be able to turn that up and down, but I wouldn't hear anything from the PC or a laptop if we had those connected. If you wanted to hear something from those, obviously you'd have to select them before the audio would come through. The next thing we have is our document camera. It's located on the right-hand side here. The power button's in the back. When I press the power button, the light blinks green. When it's a solid green, we're ready to go. Advanced features up here by the camera. You can zoom in and out. There's a manual and an autofocus, a freeze, and your other menu options are up there. Once the document camera is ready, I come over to the touch panel. I hit the document camera button, and then it takes just a few seconds for the document camera to sync up with everything, just like any of the other sources. If they don't pop up right away for you, just wait a few seconds, and then whatever I'm showing on the document camera will show on the screen. The last button on our source select row that we'll talk about is the auxiliary button. When I hit the auxiliary button, I'm going to get a little sub-menu. Gives me the choice between S-video and composite video. Those connections are right here in our cable cubby once again. Now the audio is going to be shared, so no matter what you're using, you're going to use these two audio jacks. But the S-video and the composite video are in there. And what you would use those for is if you had an external device that you were going to bring in. Say you had a video camera that you wanted to play something off of, or you had your iPod or something that you wanted to play. Go ahead and use the device, plug it in, choose the auxiliary, and then your device will be seen and heard in the room. On the left-hand side of our touch panel, we have some other options as well. We have a projector power button. If for some reason you wanted to power down the projector without powering the system down, more likely what you'll use is the video mute button. That's going to mute the display for us without powering the projector down or our touch panel down. And you're going to use that in conjunction with the screen up and screen down usually. Mute the video, put the screen up, and then you'll have access to the whiteboard. And you won't have to wait a minute for everything to power down and then power back up. And then when you're ready to use the display again, you unmute the video and put the screen back down, and you're back into the normal mode. The next button is a mute microphone button, and the bottom button is the help button. When I hit the help button, the names and phone numbers of a couple members of the Academic Technology Services staff pops up, and those are very important because if you ever have problems during a class, those are the numbers that you're going to call, and somebody will help you immediately. I'm going to hit OK there. It's going to get me back to my main screen. In the bottom right-hand corner is our System Off button. When I hit System Off, I get the choice if I want to power down or if I want to cancel that selection. When I hit Power Down, the projector is going to power off, which is very important, so we save the life of the projector bulb. And the screen's going to go back up, and the room's going to be back in our normal mode. So thanks for watching. If you ever have any questions or concerns, remember to contact Academic Technology Services, and we'd be happy to help. Thank you.